Hello and welcome everyone to this video on using expand in SAP OData Queries by ZaranTech. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our ZaranTech YouTube channel and hit the bell icon to never miss any update from us.
So, hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss the use of $expand in OData queries. Now, what is the use of this thing? So, the $expand query option in OData allows you to include related entities in your query response. It means that is, suppose you have entity like header set, item set, and shipment set, and suppose all of them are related to each other via some primary key. And what you want to fetch all the data from these three entities via a single URI in form of a output table or entity set. So what you will do here, you will use the concept of $expand. And this $expand is mainly used to when you want to retrieve not only the main entity, and what is the main entity here? Header entity set. So you want to fetch the data from entity, but it also its related entities as well in a single URI request. So thereby what it does, it reduces the number of round trips to the server. So you can use the concept of this $expand in OData queries to fetch the data from not only the main entity but also its related entities as well. So I'm going to explain you it in more details. What we are going to do here, we have used the concept of deep structure. And deep structure, I will explain what is deep structure. In simple way, deep structure is nothing but a structure within a structure. That is, suppose you want to take a few fields in a structure, and then you want the next field to be a structure itself. So that particular structure will be known as deep structure because it consists of a structure within itself. This is the requirement that I have taken, and what my user want. My user want to get data from header item and shipment table with one URI. Let me show you the table here. S11. Header. This is my header table. See, I've got ID and order type. ID is my primary key, and this is the two records which I have stored in here. Then I have got my item, and in the item, if I'll show to you, I've got 4 records. Same, and in this item, what I've done here, I've given 2 primary keys, ID as well as item number. Then I've got a shipment table. Where is my shipment? Yeah, this one is my shipment table. And in this one, again, I have ID and item number as my primary key. And here I have stored multiple 3 datas. Now, I want to fetch data from all these 3 tables. What I've done here, I've developed a OData query and I have used the concept of deep entity here. So see what actually I have done. So the steps you needed for the implementation is you will have to create a association and navigation. And what you will do, you will have your entity here, header entity, and you will create a navigation from header to item and then from header to shipment. Okay, so you'll create a navigation path here, and using this navigation, you will be able to move your DU level to get your data from header to item as well. So this is my first step. The second step is you'll have to create a deep structure in MPC extension class. If you have seen it earlier, we have 2 fields only in our header table. The first one is ID and the second one is order type. So I will simply go to MPC extension class. Go to the MPC extension class. MPC extension. See what I've done here. I've created a deep structure. Go to source code. Yeah, see, I have created a deep structure, TS deep entity. So before directly showing the implementation, first I will have to see what I've done here. I have used those three tables from my DDIC screen to create three entity and their set. See, I have taken the two fields ID and order type. Then for item, I've taken the three fields ID, item number, and matter. Then for shipment, I've taken the four fields ID, item number, shipment, and plants. And for them, I've also created the entity set as well. Only set name has been added. Then the third step is you need to click on this generate button. So your runtime artifacts will be generated. Then you can use those runtime artifacts to implement your methods. So now we need to go to MPC extension class. Just go inside it and see what I've done here. I've created a type structure. The first two fields are the field of my header. Then my third field is header to item navigation. Why this field is have been used? And if you see it, the type here I have created an internal table for TS item and TS shipment. These are the two entity sets which I have created from our SEGW screen. See what association we have done here. Association is header to item and header to shipment. The way to create any association is you will simply right click on this data model, create the association. Here what I've done is I've created first header to item, then I've given the name of my S header as entity name here, and dependent entity will be my S item, which is the entity item. Also, I have cardinality is my 1, and here I have given cardinality 0 to n. Then the navigation which I have given is header to item navigation. See, this same name I am using as a field in my deep structure. You got it? So this is what we are doing here. Now go to MPC extension class. And inside it you can see that is my third field of my deep structure is header to item navigation. It will simply allow me to get data from my item. So here I have created an internal table of TSS item. This is my entity set, entity structure, entity type that you have created from SEGW screen for your item, then for the shipment. So this is my deep structure which I have created and used here. In simple way, see, these are the three entity types which you have created from SEGW screen. Then you go to MPC extension class, and what you have done there, you created a deep structure, and in this deep structure we have got your four fields. First one is ID, order type, third the one is internal table of item, and the fourth one is internal table of shipment. Then we can implement in the get expanded entity set method to fetch the data. All right. So these are the tables which I have used. I already shown you. Now we will go to the implementation part. So what you will do, we'll go to the MPC extension class first. You will create the deep structure. Then you will go to the DPC extension class. Go to the methods. In the inherited method, in this APPL SRV routine, you will see a value get expanded entity set. You see, we have got a get expanded entity. Here you will also see get expanded entity set. I've already redefined it. That's why it is not present here. It is present in redefined section. What I have done, I have redefined it. Now inside this, see what has been done. I have used that deep structure to create an internal table and work area. Then I've created three internal tables for my header item and shipment table. After that, I have used my entity types of item and shipment to create a work area of item and shipment. Okay. So whatever the header set, see, whatever the entity set you will provide from your SCGW gateway, you will get into this parameter IV entity set name. Okay, you will get into this IV entity set name. IV entity set. Where is IV entity set? See, this will, you will, whatever the entity set you will provide from your gateway client, you will receive here. So I've given the implementation in my header set because my navigation is from header to item and header to shipment. Here I've written all the select query to fetch data from my header item and shipment. Then I have used the concept of loop within a loop to transfer data from my deep, from all the internal table to my deep structure. Then at last I have appended it into my internal table. Okay. Then simply I have called the method copy data to ref to transfer my internal table data to ER entity set. This is my implementation portion. After the implementation, what you will do, you will go to the service maintenance, you will register the SRA, you will register your gateway client here, then you can test your OData service. Now see the use of expanded here. What things are going on. You will simply select your header entity set and you will use the $expand value here. A question $expand equal to, here in expand I will give the navigation, and if you remember I was giving the name header to item navigation. Perfect. Now see what is happening. Click on the execute and we see we are getting all the data one by one. To understand it more clearly, I'll select the JSON format. Now see what is happening here. First I'm getting header value of ID and order type. Then we don't have any data for header to shipment here because we are fetching data from header to item. So we are getting all the data from header to item. Again, header to item, header to item. This is the use of expand here. Now, if I change this navigation value to header to shipment, which I have given header to shipment, and click on this execute button. Some issue header to, let me check the value of navigation first. Navigation header to ship nav. Okay, we are not giving the correct name, that's why we are getting this 404 not found error. Now click on this execute and see. Add the JSON format. Click on execute. Now see the things where here. First we are getting ID and order type. Then we are getting the shipment data. One shipment item number, shipment number, plant. In the previous request, we have seen we are not getting the data from header to shipment one. We were getting only header to item one. So now we are getting the header to shipment because we have used the navigation header to shipment. Okay, this is how we can use the concept of $expand to get the data of not only the main entity but also the data stored in its related entity as well. And for that, we are required to use the concept of deep entity. Okay, so this is all about using expanding OData queries. Thank you very much.